Hey everybody, it's Mark from dynamitestocks.com and stockpursuit.com. I'm the guy behind the Twitter account and the websites. I just wanted to do a really short video on watch lists and some things I use every day for my tools. I use Medved Trader, Medved Trader. I use that as my platform. I don't use the super fancy platform like Sterling or anything, but I suggest if you get a broker, you gotta get a direct access broker. And I managed to just use TradeStation. I use a TradeStation broker with Medved, and you can put in any account you have into Medved Trader, so you can actually trade from the platform. So I don't actually do that because it's so fast that I just like to use my own broker, but I just want to show you how the setup works here with Medved. So you've got watch lists, and you can change the color scheme, as you see fit. And the thing I like about it the most is you can drag and drop ticker symbols from the watch list to the chart. So I'm looking at IWM right now. Say I want to see the regional banks. You just click on the ticker symbol and then drag it over to the chart, and it pulls it up. So it's super fast. If you got a lot of tickers you're looking at, like on a watch list. That's why I like it, because I like to have a lot of tickers on my watch lists. Just because you never know what's going to move when. So I always like to keep an eye on everything. So that's basically how Medved Trader works. There's a lot more to it, but I just want to keep it short. But my broker, I use TradeStation. And the reason I chose TradeStation was years ago I started trading in like 2007, 2008. There was a quant that was using TradeStation, and back then it was like 25,000, they had like a minimum, but it wasn't actually made for retail traders. It was made for institutions mostly back then. So I figured if it's good enough for a quant, it's good enough for me. And just bear with me here, this microphone. I just got this webcam, so the microphone is not as good as I want it to be. I'm just still kind of trying to play around with it. I actually had to try to download some software to get the microphone to work actually out of the box. So it's pretty funny, but it seems pretty good for the video so far, but we'll see. I may be able to tweak it for the audio, but it's what I've got right now. So the other thing I use daily is stockfetcher.com. Stock, like stocks. Fetcher, like you're fetching a ball. FETCHER.com. And StockFetcher is kind of like FinViz on steroids. I used to like FinViz, but StockFetcher I learned about a long time ago too. And they used to actually have backtesting. You could backtest strategies on it, but they got rid of that. But the thing I like about it is you can easily set up a filter with just text. So you can say, I'll just pull up that part of it here. So I've got a bunch of scans on here, but you can say, show me stocks with such and such day range, such and such. So it's very easy to create your own filter for whatever you're looking for specifically. But I haven't used FinViz paid, but maybe you can do that. But I always use StockFetcher because it's like $8 a month, and I just always thought it was an incredible value for what you get. But I'm gonna go through some of my short bias scans here. There's been a lot of stuff moving, a lot of these short squeezes are still going on. I've been posting about Sirius, Siri. That one's still going, and it's actually pulled back now. But I'm playing both sides. I've got some puts on it too, just because it looks like it's pulling back. But a lot of these semiconductor stocks are still going. I'm seeing stuff that I used to look at when I ran value screens, because I still do a lot of deep value screens, and these semiconductors would always pop up on these cheap stock screens, like, and because they'd be so far below their book value or asset values. So I just saw Sigmatron has been running for like 4 days now. So I think it's worth looking at any kind of semiconductor stock here because they're still going. Like these semiconductors are just going because of the investment in AI right now. So yeah, I'll just go through these real quick here. For a I call it my supernovas. Like I got that from Tim Sykes. He actually kind of showed me that trading works like a long time ago. Like I used to just be a value investor and like long term. That's one thing I knew. Like read like a 5 Warren Buffett books and that was it. But the supernova, it used to be a really good pattern. But it still works. Like I mean, there's rules to it. Like you obviously can't short a stock when it's spiking, but I always say, we wait for the first red day. That's the safest bet. Because they always do. A supernova always is going to have some mean reversion. That's the play, basically. So, so I'm just kind of going through. I'm just doing sort of an impromptu watch list here. So, my supernova scan, I'm looking at the 5-day one. And this one here is pretty crazy. BGLC. It went from, what is that? 80 cents to over $8 in like 3 days, 3 or 4 days. That's crazy. So, and it's got volume. So that one's going to go on a watch list. BGLC, EVLO. Another biotech or bioscience. I noticed a lot over the past couple of years these biotech stocks. If a biotech stock has a really strong performance, there's a really good chance that it's gonna come back down just as fast as it went up. Which is kind of nature of these things. So pretty much any biotech stock that's up a lot, up 200%, 300% or more, and even a month, like those are really good short bias watches because they do come down, they do come down. There's the Sigmatron. This is crazy. That used to be like, I think that was like a dollar stock, a long time ago. But, I mean, BBIG is actually now, it's turning into a supernova. So that one's going to fall apart sometime. What else we got here? Man, that PSQH was good. Because I missed that one. It went from, what did it go from 10 to over 30 in 3 days? And that one's coming down. And it looks like a SPAC probably, so it's probably going to come down some more. That's a good one. PSQH. What else we got? Not seeing anything else great here on that one. So let's go to the next little filter I've got here. I've only got two more filters, so we can go through these pretty quick. Yeah, here's one. I look for ones that are over $15 a share. Carvana is a supernova in a sense now, but that one, I'm not so sure about that one. Is a short now. So what else we got? Another 14-day scan. See, MRKR. That's a good one. $2 to $8 in about a month or less. Not seeing anything else here. Well, actually, the BIMI, the BIMI. And that one's a biotech or a medical too. That went from $1 to $3 in a month or so. Not so sure about that one. I mean, you can be picky now and pick ones that are up, 500% or something. So the more they're up, the more likely it is they're going to come back down. So 4-day one. And thing about stock fetcher here is you can sort it however you want to. Like you can add on. I just add on average like day range and RSI. RSI is really good in a bull market like this because you can really see where the strength is. So I've been using RSI a lot more in the past year or so. And let's just sort these by highest. Yeah, there's a lot of crazy stuff out there. Let's see. Excuse me. Pretty much the same ones are coming up. The BBIG, the WKSP. I mean, that one, I don't know much about that one. It could be legit. I mean, usually if it's a struggling company, there's a more chance that it's going to be a good short. I don't see anything else really that great here. Let's look at one. I think that was it for the supernovas. Yep. One of my favorite ones is under one Momo scan that I use for long biases. And it usually has it's usually ones that are spiking, like at the bottom of a after they pull back a long time. Yeah, I don't see anything. Well, I don't have time to go through that one here on the video, but that's kind of this one I wanted to show as far as the things I use, the tools I use here. I use Stock Fetcher, I use the Medved Trader, and I use almost Interactive Brokers TradeStation. I use TradeStation for my broker, for my main broker, and I actually have some other ones too, but I like TradeStation. I've never had any problems with the order execution with fills. I was using Fidelity, which was a huge mistake for trading, and it was terrible. But because they had they called this thing their Active Trader Pro platform, and it was just kind of really buggy. Hadn't been updated in like 15 years or something, like the interface. But the TradeStation is like really simple, and you can actually do like some quant strategies. Like you can do some pretty advanced stuff if you're a quant. I mean, I'm not a quant, but I do look at like pair trades and stat arb, but I don't have like automated orders or anything. But that's just what I wanted to look at. Yeah, one of the tickers I found this ticker in a long bias scan. The ticker is NR New Park Resources. It just has a really nice triangular consolidation here. And these triangles have always been one of my favorite. It's just one of my favorite long setups. Because it's just like a textbook long setup. And I track all my stuff in tradersync.com, and the expectancy on these is like always been really good. Like I've always swing traded, or position traded, and I would, hold stuff overnight and, small positions, and the triangles and the bull flags, I've got a really good eye for those. The triangles and long bull flags. Like I've got the bull flags set up in different categories, like, because I know what each one looks like. There's a high flag and there's a long flag, and they're all different. You see a lot less of those nowadays. Like you see a lot more of the inside bar, where with the bull flags it takes time for the consolidation to happen, but nowadays, like in the last couple of years at least, these things they have one day where they consolidate, one day pull back, and that's it. That's all you get, and then they run again. And so I really had to adapt to that. Like I wasn't used to that at all. Like I found out about it kind of from this guy in his Discord. that was like his bread and butter, pretty much. And there's the inside bar where it just has a run day, then it pulls back, and then I mean I guess the nature of it is that it's just a squeeze probably like most of them. But I think that's just the advent of all the retail traders that are in the market now. I remember back in the day, like back in the 90s and early 2000s, like there were hardly any retail traders, really moving stuff. And if there was bad news for a company, it was bad news, and the stock crashed. Like the stock went down. Like say they were if they were diluting, or reverse split, or those things would go down. And I guess it's kind of interesting, like nowadays, because there are patterns to things, but that's what it is. It's all about the patterns and the repetition. Yeah, so NR, that's a good one. And that's like my top new watch right now. It's already gone from 3 to 5, excuse me, which is not too bad. Like if it's gone up a lot, like you don't want to be super confident on the sizing, but yeah, something's going on with this one. I'm guessing it's like I gotta look it up, but I guess it's like it's a oil or materials or something by the name of it, by the sound of it. Yeah, the PTON Peloton is probably one of my favorites for the short bias right now. It just took out a lot of it just couldn't hold that resistance at all. FTK that's another triangle. That's a really nice triangle too. And then that one's great. That one's better because it's not already up. It's not up a lot from the bottom, like the NR. But I mean, if I see a triangle like NR, I have to take it. But this FTK is a good one. And it looks like I'm going on 17 minutes now, so I'm gonna wrap it up. But I like to talk about this stuff, obviously, so I can keep talking forever. But maybe I'll do some like a series or something, or kind of hone in on some topics. HIRU is a weird penny stock, and it's probably manipulated, super speculative, but it's coming off a flag there. Super speculative, but and it's not worth a full position at all or anything close. But FTK, it's a good triangle. I mean, there's just so much stuff out there. I'll try to do like these watch lists probably every day or every other day, as much as I can. So yep, that's pretty much what I wanted to cover. And I'll keep putting out some watch lists when I add stuff that I see is really good. And of course, I'll put it on Twitter. And until next time, see you later.